Okay, let's continue building out our blockchain API. So in our endpoints, we are going to want to interact with our blockchain. So that means that we have to import our blockchain from our blockchain.js file. So let's do that now. To import our blockchain, we will simply say const blockchain equals require from the file blockchain. Cool. So now we are importing our blockchain data structure, or our blockchain constructor function. Next, we want to make an instance of our blockchain. So we will say const Bitcoin equals a new blockchain. So now we have an instance of our blockchain constructor function, and we are calling it Bitcoin. Now, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but I'm just going to call it Bitcoin to keep it simple. Cool. So now let's build out our first endpoint, which is get blockchain. And all this endpoint is going to do is it's going to send our entire blockchain back to whoever called this endpoint. So inside of here, we will simply say res.send Bitcoin, which is our whole blockchain. Cool. And believe it or not, that's all we're going to do for this endpoint. Now we can test to see if this endpoint works by hitting this route in our browser. So we'll come over here and we will type in localhost 3000/blockchain. Cool. So you can see that we get our entire blockchain back. It's this big object right here. Now, you might have noticed that this is a little bit difficult to read. And one thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is to download a Chrome extension called JSON Formatter. So let's do that now. In another tab, we can search for Chrome JSON Formatter. And it should be this first one right here. And it's really easy to install. We're just going to hit this Add to Chrome button, and we're going to add the extension. Cool. So up here now you can see that this is our JSON Formatter Chrome extension. Cool. So now if we go over here and we refresh the page, which we'll call this endpoint again, we get our data back in a much more readable format. This is now JSON formatted, which is great. And we can kind of mess around with our data a little bit, and we can expand things that we want to see and close things that we don't want to see right now. So it's pretty cool. And we can tell that this blockchain endpoint is working because we get our entire blockchain back. So this is our whole blockchain, and right here is the chain, and here's the pending transactions. And we can see that we have one item in our chain, which is one block. It is our Genesis block. So if we expand this, this is our Genesis block right here. And we can see that our blockchain endpoint is working properly. Great. That's it for this video. In the next video, we will continue building out our blockchain API. See you there.